So much light up. You know what it is? So much.
And we're live too, so you should keep talking.
Yeah, we're totally
Oh, hey, exciting.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's this huge light in my forehead.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Storytellers Happy Hour. I'm Lisa Kastner. I'm the founder and executive editor of Running Wild Press. I'm here with Ruben Teehee Hazlett, who's one of our amazing authors, as well as with Keenan. And Teehee will introduce Keenan in a minute. For those of you who've never done this before, this is when a bunch of us sit down. We may or may not have some booze. We've got a prompt, and we tell a story based on the prompt. So that's basically it. All right. So with that, I will hand this off to Teehee.
Yay! Awesome. So I'm going to introduce our special guest for the night. New York City-based stand-up comedian Keenan Steyer. Keenan Steyer has performed all over New York, including Caroline's, the famous comedy stage, and had his debut 1 hour long set at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in 2019, in the before times when festivals could be a thing. But like very recently before all of that, because that was 2019. So that is Keenan. That is our guest.
It's Steiner, though.
Steiner.
But that's okay. I'll take it. That was a great introduction. Thank you.
No problem. That. So we forgot to pull the prompts before we went live, but that's okay. We'll just do it now.
I've seen nothing.
All right.
It's accurate. I've seen absolutely nothing.
All right. Lisa, I want to pull for you first. I got this one. New York City.
Okay.
All right. You got a story for it. All right. And then for Keenan.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay.
Fitness gym.
All right.
Do you have a story or do you not have a story?
I have to. Let's see.
If not, you can trade with Lisa.
I can trade with Lisa. I'm okay. Let's see. What comes to mind with fitness gym? I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Do you want to pick yours?
Yeah, I'll pick mine, and then maybe that'll help because maybe it's something that I don't have. High school prom. I actually have a good story about high school prom. I want to keep mine.
I'll think of something, Lisa. Don't worry. So if you're allowed, you can keep New York City if you want. If you, I guess I'm up for the challenge of fitness gym. I guess I'm up for the challenge of it.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you want it, you could take it, but I'm up for it.
I go to the gym almost every day, so. Well, not actually to the gym anymore, but you know.
In the before times.
In the world before time.
Well, what do you want? Do you want fitness? Do you want this one or do you want New York City?
I'm good with New York City.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna get some stories. I'm actually real quick, just because I'm halfway through this beer, I'm gonna run and get a second beer.
I'm gonna need one too.
Get a third.
Yeah, I'll get one for you too, Ken.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, that didn't take long. That was nice.
Keenan is grabbing his bag. I keep needing to figure out how I'm in the shot because it's the pandemic and we haven't really had to share our shots with other humans.
Yeah, it's true.
But
my cat is just sitting here looking at me pissed off. It's hilarious. Like, how dare you not let me on your lap? I'm like, oh, well.
She's like, that's my property.
Yeah, you're my property. Okay, great.
All right, great. So we're going to get started now with our first story of the night.
New York
City.
Okay. So Teehee and I went to the same MFA program. And as a result, actually a bunch of us somehow like floated around the New York City area. And I actually used to work in New York. I lived in Philadelphia, Center City, Philadelphia, but I worked in New York. And what I would do is I was like, yo, we can't give up all these great times of us hanging out. So I found like the world's cheapest bar, and we all got up together. And I actually don't remember much because of how inexpensive the alcohol was. But I do remember that the place didn't have food, which in New York for a bar is unusual. Normally they at least have some kind of snacks or something. So we literally went down the street to a pancake house, bought stacks of pancakes with like bacon and all this stuff, and brought it back to the bar. And then we shared our, I don't know, what would you call that? Dinner?
Breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast for dinner with like everybody in the bar. And we did this, we did this like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, like at least 3, probably a little bit more.
Yeah. And each time we ended up dominating the bar. So it was actually pretty funny. I think they got to a point where the bar owners were really happy when we didn't show up, because we basically took over. And then honestly, it's all I remember, because I drank as much as pretty much everybody else. Do you remember anything, Teehee?
I never remember specifics from those, because also we should say, when we met on an island in grad school, there was a lot of alcohol just on the island anyway. And it's kind of like remote and cut off. So you get really used to just hanging out and getting drunk.
And even better, so we were on this island, to Teehee's point, a remote island, and they served wine with everything. They had their own house wine. They had a red wine and a white wine. And so every meal you other than breakfast, you would get you could, basically imbibe. But then what everyone would do is go into a common area. They'd commandeer at least 1 bottle for themselves. And then they would, if not 2, and then go off and, drink and hang out and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's thematic. We definitely
We definitely do this a lot. Like, I remember they would come in and, like the dinner service, and they're like taking up all the plates, and they try to grab for one of the bottles, and I would just grab it. I'm like, you're fine. You don't need to take this bottle. This is my bottle.
Well, it's like, and the red wine was actually decent. The white wine was okay, but the red wine was decent.
Yeah. I still want to get that label tattooed on me somewhere. That needs to be
no. I mean, yes, you are more than welcome to. I, on the other hand, will not be doing that. I have plenty of other tattoos. I don't need a tattoo of a wine label, but I craved that wine. I craved that wine like after.
Yeah.
Especially
it's hard to readjust to life when you're on like 10 days on an island, on a private island with like unlimited wine, and then you go back to the real world and you're just like where's my wine?
Like, people live this way? How dare they?
And people do. I kind of do in Mexico. Like 5 o'clock, I'm like, where's my alcohol? What's going on?
There is nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There is nothing wrong with that. So that was my anticlimactic, really more of a vignette story. But the very first thing I thought of was us with pancakes and booze in that bar.
I think it was 3rd and Long, right? Wasn't it the bar that was near Grand Central?
I wonder if it's still there.
Are any bars left anywhere? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't been in the U.S. in 6 months. I don't know what y'all are doing.
Alicia says, you leave that island and it's like, where's my salad bar in Crane Lake? I'm like, well, yeah.
The salad bar.
The salad bar, after a while, it's like, okay, for real, can I get some pizza on? Like, it's like, I'll take some ramen, like anything other than salad. So
10 days of the exact same salad bar. Twice a day for lunch and dinner.
They don't vary it at all. It is literally the exact same. Like, they don't like switch stuff out. It's not like today carrots, tomorrow cucumbers. No, no, no.
It is the same.
It's the same.
Kate Gordon on our first residency on the last day walked in for lunch and she was like, not another damn salad. I fucking died.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's hilarious.
I'm still slightly triggered when I see salad bars. I'm like excited, but I also have trauma.
You're like, I have a tinge of PTSD going on. Just, kind of ignore me. Yep. I feel that. Yep.
And one day in the after times when buffets are a thing again, we'll have salad bars again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love a good salad bar, but like a good salad bar. Not necessarily.
Not the 10-day marathon salad bar.
Mm-mm.
No. Anyway, okay. We're super fascinated about this because we've lived through it.
No
How do you
one
make
else
a salad
is.
bar interesting for 10 straight days?
It's us and Alicia are the only ones who are going, yeah. Everyone else is like,
yeah, they're like, okay, this is
stupid. Go.
You just had to go to school on a private island and you would understand.
Exactly.
Not
what was it, a hand? Was it a hand or a finger that they had in the church?
It was an arm, Saint Edmund's arm. They have the arm of a saint that has been like consecrated or whatever, and it's just there.
Yeah,
it looked super gross.
Yeah, I did not personally go in there.
Nice.
I was like, "There's a what? There's a zombie what? No, I'm fine."
I saw it. Okay, we're gonna go into our next story, but I have some other funny stories. One day we should just do, me, you, and Alicia, we should just do island stories and other folks from grad school. Maybe that's in season 2.
Let's do that. Maybe we start season 2 with just island stories. Ironically enough, that island also doubled as a rehab. I know. Isn't that crazy?
It does. So all the people who are serving you this unlimited wine after 5 p.m. on the island, they're all in recovery for alcoholism.
They're creating their own customers.
Yeah. It was intense. I accidentally walked into an AA meeting and I thought it was a nonfiction writing workshop because this guy was telling the most amazing, horrible story. Just so vivid. And it was like heart-wrenching. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to read this essay. And then I stay there for a little bit longer and I was like, oh, I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous.
You're like, no.
I had to get up. I was like, I'm so sorry. Your story was amazing, but I have to go to a different place.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We need to stop ignoring Keenan.
Yeah. We're going to go to Keenan's story. Keenan's story is fitness/gym.
Let's do it. Nice.
Woo!
Nice. Maybe let's see if I can get in on this because I'm going to be okay. Because I gesticulate a little bit.
That's cool.
Go for it.
Dope. First of all, thank you all for having me. I was thinking of my topic here, so that's why it took me a second there. That's why I was thinking how fitness and gym, how that prompt would sort of fit in, and what's a story I could tell. And when I think of this, I think of my dad. My dad is an old, he's 77 now. Loves biking, and so. But he's the kind of person who will call you and he's a Jewish guy. I'm half Jewish, but he's the kind of person that will call you and be like, how you doing, Keenan? I'm doing great. We did 18 miles today, 18 miles on the bike. Pretty amazing, and he always tells you the exact number of miles that he has done that day. That's very important. But he's still biking at his age. But I guess I wanted to talk about coming out to him. Which is directly related to fitness and gym, right? I guess because I'm an athlete. Actually, as you can't really tell. I grew up playing sports, and I grew up. Did T get excited? I grew up playing sports.
Not at you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. but I and I think that's one of the reasons why it took me so late to come out. I came out late when I was 26, but I think just growing up like in a masculine environment in both in sports and just in our society just made me, it's just one of the reasons that I probably, wanted to be straight for so long and kind of kept, kind of repressed my interest in men for so long. So I have stayed fit my whole life, even though my sexuality has changed. But we have someone that just walked in.
My roommate just came home from work.
My parents were divorced, and my mom would still be divorced. If they're still divorced. If mom's no longer with us, but they got divorced when I was in high school. And so my mom and dad hated each other. My mom hated, and I had to come out to them separately. So my mom hated my dad so much. My mom didn't even call my dad by his name. My mom would call him Mr. Steiner. And when I came out to them, I came into my mom first because I just care about my mom's just, I don't know why I came out. She's more important to me. And I don't know, I think that was important to me to come out to her first. And she was visiting me when I was living in Washington, D.C. at the time. And she was visiting me and I couldn't say it all weekend because, you're just looking for that moment all the time. Like when you're coming out, you're always like looking, I don't know, other people can relate to this, but you're gay. Maybe you can relate to this. You're like trying to find that perfect moment and you're very nervous about it. And so finally it was the last, moments of her trip and she was driving me and I said it to her in the car, but I didn't, which is the car is the perfect time to come out to somebody because they're stuck there. They can't go anywhere. I think subconsciously we're scared people are going to run away, but in the car, they can't go anywhere if you're going to come out to them. And so I'm right there in the front seat with her and she's driving. And I told her, Mom, I'm dating men and women. I'm seeing men and women is what I told her. And that, because I couldn't get gay out of my mouth. It was too full of cum. And
not to say that.
And so I told her, and all she said to me is she said, okay, as she said the weirdest thing, she goes, okay, well, as long as you're not a cross dresser.
Okay.
And I think maybe she said it that way because I still don't know to this day. I'm wondering if maybe because like when I was little, me and my brother dressed up like old ladies and put on these plays, and maybe she thought her whole life she wondered if like that would be an issue for me one day.
Wait, you guys were cosplaying Golden Girls?
Even worse than that. We used to play Olga and Jonesy, these two ladies in a nursing home who were desperately always underfed by the evil nursing home manager Johnny, and we played these like old women asking for pureed strawberries.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
We were 8, and this is what we thought was funny. So I don't know if that's what was on my mom's mind, or if I think me coming out was just so out of left field to her. I don't think she expected it. So I think she was like, "Oh, you think you're wacky? I'm gonna wacky you with this next comment." But anyway, then when I came out to my, when I came out to my dad, I didn't care as much what my dad thought. Is the thing, because my dad, it's not that he's that much more accepting than my mom. It's that my dad's dimmer and it's like blissful to be basic. My dad's the kind of person, just to back up for a second. Every time I talk to my dad, if I give him any news, if I'm like, Dad, I have a show Monday night or something, he's like, all right, keep me posted. That's what he says to everything. And it's like, I'm not going to keep him posted. I'm not going to say any, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you anything about it afterwards. But I came out. He's very loosey-goosey. Even before I came out, if I had a girl stay over at his house once with me, sleep over, even, before I even brought up the idea of sleeping over, I had a girlfriend because, I was, because I was with more women than you'd think of. Some people are watching. If there's any men out there that are straight, I might have been with more women than you because I used to be. I was covering things up. I was like, look at me, I'm a ladies' man. But I I was with her, and he would say to my dad would say to me, he'd be like, yeah, you want to come over? Anything's, you want to, whatever you want to do, she can stay over. You guys go crazy, go nuts. Anything you want to do in the bedroom, it's this, anything's fine here, And so that's the kind of person my dad is. He's like, we're very accepting, And I'm like, okay, are you encouraging sex in this household? But anyway, the point is, when I came out, I told him, I was just like, Dad, I'm gay. And he was like, all right, that's fine by me. Anything goes in this household. You want to be with a woman? You want to be with a man? You want to be trans? You want to be in the circus? I don't care. So that's the kind of person he is.
The circus.
And then a couple weeks later, I talked to a couple weeks later, my mom called me. And my dad lives in Connecticut. My mom lived in Westchester County in New York. And I'm living down in DC. And my mom called me and she said, Keenan, I heard Mr. Steiner is going around Ridgefield, Connecticut, telling everyone that he has a gay son. And I'm on the phone just like, well, it's true. It's okay. I know Dad's a loudmouth and usually he needs to shut up. But in this case, he's actually helpful. Because, when you come out, you don't want to tell everyone. I already told enough people. My dad being at the biggest mouth in the world is positive. And I know for a fact, just as a side, I know for a fact that my dad was going around doing that, telling everybody. Like a day after I came out, my dad was with his friend, Eddie, and he handed Eddie the phone. And Eddie's even louder than him, even more boisterous. And Eddie calls me Jimmy by my middle name for some reason because he thinks it's cool. He thinks he's a cool guy, and he's always called me. I don't think he could handle my name. Maybe we have weird names in my family, couldn't handle it, so he took our middle names and just kept it our whole lives. He loves Coors Light, and he called. My dad passed him the phone, and he goes, "Jimmy, how you doing? I just want to let you." It's kind of similar to my dad, I guess. Like we're so proud of you. Congratulations. We think it's so fabulous, and I'm just like. I didn't even know. When did you find out? So I know my dad was going around town just being like, I know he told his neighbor, he got out of his house and he's like, hey, Jane, guess what? Good news. I got a gay son. I did it. I know I did it. Yep. I did it. We raised him right. Look at me. I know. We're so proud of him. I know we don't care in this household, and he came out gay. I know he went to the bagel shop and he was like, I'll have my morning coffee. I'm ready to go. Let me get 1 sugar, 1 milk. And they're like, how's it going? He's like, it's a great day. My son's gay. I feel great. And you like it. All right. Yep. I'll keep you posted.
Did you give your dad the toaster?
The toaster? What toaster?
The toaster you get when you come out of the closet for being gay and you become part of the gays. You get a free toaster.
I had no idea. I didn't even know that.
He didn't get his toaster.
I did not even know that.
Sorry.
It's just, I guess I'll just close out by saying, like, I have a very accepting family, and that's lucky. A lot of people could come out, a lot of people come out of the closet and they were in the closet so long because their family was gonna, their family, thinks that God will, they'll go to hell if they come out as gay. They think that, being gay, they'll kick them out of the house if they come out as gay. I had a very accepting family, but it doesn't mean everyone can't be, weird and idiosyncratic when you come out. I only told you about 2 of my family members. I didn't tell you my sister, who took her a whole year, and throughout the year, she'd be on the phone with me. She's older than me and very accepting, but idiosyncratic. She'd be like, so like, so you date men and women? Is it men and women? Are you with boys and girls? Is it with boys and girls still? Just boys? Boys? Because she's one of these people who loves the gym and has meets all of her friends at the gym. Do you know these people? And she was just like, so she would be like, oh, I know a guy. Like he's married to a woman, but like we think he had an affair with a man. Like, would you be interested in him? So this is there's idiosyncrasies, and it makes for fun time. So thank you for letting me tell this story, everybody.
Yay!
That was awesome.
Awesome. I'm gonna have
thank you.
You guys both chew some air for a second while I grab another beer.
Oh, do it.
So now, in terms of like, did you have friends who were like, "Yo, Keenan, what do you mean you're gay?"
Yes, I did.
Really?
I did. I had friends, a friend group that didn't believe me I was gay. They literally, which I had a friend like look at me like, and I heard through another friend that he said that he thought that, they didn't believe me. They're like, oh, he's gonna come back. Basically, he's gonna come back.
That's how that works. Just
exactly.
so you know.
They're, I like to, they treated me like I was just trying, they're like, oh, he's going to come back. He's not going to last. They treated me like, like I was just trying a standing desk.
I tried a standing desk and I committed to that shit. When you go gay, you go real gay. When you go standing desk gay, that shit's for life. Although I don't have a standing desk right now. I'm working it out with the landlord.
So I think the majority did completely believe me, but a couple folks did not, which was a very weird. I did not expect that.
Wow.
I didn't have any trouble convincing people I was gay.
Were you ever? Well, okay, wait. So let's back up. So Teehee, were you ever in the closet?
Yes, actually, my story prompt, high school prom, has a lot to do with that.
All right, let's get it.
We're gonna go right into it. All right, cool, cool. So,
did you need to get introduced?
No, I've been introduced.
Does everybody know who you are?
Do you want to introduce me? You can.
I got excited. I guess so. Yes. Now I didn't get a bio from him, so I'm going to invent it. Now our next storyteller is I met him down here in Mexico, where we're both living, and he's from all over the country. He's lived in more places than I can count. He's been a storyteller in New York City for a long time. He's written a book, and he's got another one coming out. He'll have to tell you the title of it. And give it up for Teehee Rizzi.
Book. But okay, yes, high school prom. So this is also kind of a story about me in the closet. So my senior year in high school, my family had moved from Iowa to Atlanta. So I went from being the blackest person in my school to the whitest person in my school.
Oh, wow.
Because it was like a mostly Black school anyway, like it was a culture shock for me. But also I was like testing the waters on like, I knew I was gay. I've known I was gay for a long time. And I was like, maybe living in a different place, I can like figure this out. But then I decided, I don't know where I got this idea, but I was like, no, my senior year is going to be my last ditch effort at heterosexuality. Like, I'm going to come to the school, I'm going to find the girl that I think is like the hottest girl ever, and I'm going to try to date her. And like, if it doesn't work out, it's going to be because I'm gay. Like,
that's how that works? I didn't know. Thank you.
It doesn't work that way. And it was doomed to fail from the get-go because that's what it is. But this is Atlanta. And if you've ever lived in Atlanta in the 90s or the 2000s, in the Welcome to Atlanta era, if you've ever been a teenager in Atlanta, you've done some modeling, most likely. I did some modeling. So I met this girl who's a classmate of mine, Abigail, and she's gorgeous. She looks like Halle Berry mixed with a little bit of Rihanna. She's from Barbados.
Wow.
Beautiful. And she's the most popular girl in school, and she wants to be an actress. And so she's in drama club, and we were in drama class together. And I was like, all right, this is my last ditch attempt at heterosexuality. Like, I'm going to try to date this girl. And she was also in my calculus class. We had a lot of classes together. And so I'm being all like flirty and fun and whatever, trying to do the thing. And I get the sense that maybe it's working, which is a good sense as a gay person, because I don't want this. I'm like self-sabotaging my last ditch heterosexuality. Like, I don't really want it to work out. I just want to say that I tried.
Totally.
Was there kissing? Was there more than kissing?
We stage kissed a lot, and then we actually kissed on stage a lot also. Because we were in drama club. This is a whole other nugget. At the beginning of the school year, you audition to be the lead male, the lead female, or the supporting male, and they do it like a theater company. So I won lead male and she won lead female. So we did a bunch of plays, all of which were ones in which we fell in love with each other. So we had a lot of practice of stage kissing and real kissing. And then it gets close to time for prom towards the end of the year. And so I asked Abigail, I'm like, Abigail, do you want to go to prom with me? And she says, no. She's like, you're not necessarily that popular. I want to go with Rodney. Rodney is the quarterback on the high school football team. And I was like, Rodney has been dating Monet for 3.5 years. He's taking her to prom. And then Abigail says this, and I'll never forget this. You got a picture of this gorgeous 18-year-old girl. And she's like, I can make men do whatever I want.
Wow.
And so she was like, I want to go to prom with Rodney. I'm going to go to prom with Rodney. And I was like, okay, good luck with that. So she tries and it fails.
Yeah.
And she comes back like a month or two later. Yeah. And she's like, I guess I'll let you take me to prom. And I'm about to date myself because I tell her no. I was like, I have tickets to a No Doubt concert.
Woo!
It's their farewell tour and it's the same night as prom. And so I was like, I'm going to go see No Doubt. And she's like, no, you're going to take me to prom. Like, I'm fucking Abigail. I'm hot shit. Like, look at me. I'm fucking gorgeous. Like, you're going to take me to prom. And I was like, I'm not going to take you to prom. And she's like, do you not want to take me to prom? And I was like, I do. But I also want you to learn that you cannot control other people. Like, I'm going to try to teach you this lesson. And she never believed me. I went to so many dress shops to help pick out her dress for prom. I went to a couple of different makeup consultations to figure out her makeup. She wanted this flapper style 1920s thing with a smoky eye. She looked gorgeous.
You still went with her?
Yeah, I still went with her to all this stuff. Okay. And she's like, you're going to pick me up at this time. And I'm like, no.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
But you weren't mad at her. You still like took her shopping.
I wanted to make sure she looked good. I was like, bitch, you about to look good. You also about to go step.
This is the gayest thing I've ever heard. You're like, I want to dress you up. I don't want to go with you, but I do want to still. Can I be involved in dressing you up?
I mean, she was legendary in my high school. She was Abigail. I was like, you can't just show up looking like whatever. Like, you got a reputation. Let me make sure you look good.
She had to know you were gay at that time.
And she kept being like, she's like, but you're going to take me. You're going to take me. And I was like, no, I'm going to go to the No Doubt concert. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll be ready at like, what was it, 6:20 p.m. at this time in front of my house. I knew where she lived. And I was like, okay, you might want to give that information to somebody who's going to take you to prom. Because I'm going to be at Olympic Centennial Park, like fucking crowd surfing to No Doubt. And she called me like 7 times the night of prom because I did not show up.
Wow.
I did not show up.
And technically you did not stand her up because you told her
multiple
times,
I'm not taking you. I'm not taking you. But she still thinks that I stood her up. And I'm like, girl.
Well, that's because she's got some problem.
Yeah.
So do you still talk to her?
Mm-mm.
But
I do know she married Rich. This was
the quarterback?
This was in her cards. Not the quarterback, an older man.
Oh, married Rich. I thought it was a guy.
Yeah.
Okay, remember it? Okay.
Well, that must be nice.
Yeah. We all knew this was going to happen to Abigail. I mean, I don't think people knew that I was going to end up being gay, but whatever.
She was so confident that she could get whatever she wanted from men that you told her no a million times, and she still was like, he's coming.
No, she was like, why aren't you here? Like, I'm out here with the dress. I'm waiting for you. I ran into her a couple of years later, and she was salty that I stood her up. And I was like, I can't. I told you the whole time I wasn't going to take you. Like, there's no standing up. Like, you just should have believed me. But she felt like she could control men. And I was like, bitch, not this gay man.
That's not how that works.
It's not.
Plus, she was like the most popular. She was really popular, and she had no date during at prom.
She went to prom by herself.
That's kind of a lesson. If you have that attitude, like the grass is always greener. She had you.
Yeah.
A bird in hand is better than two in the bush. How is it?
Yeah, I gave my ticket to
bird in
prom
hand?
to my younger sister, and this guy in my grade asked her out. She was a couple grades younger than me, my sister, and my sister only went to prom with him because he bought her prom dress, which was very expensive, and she did that on purpose. And that dude kept being like, "Oh, I'm taking your little sister to prom. I'm gonna sleep with her." And I'm like, "No, you're not. Like, my sister's a G, and she like
wait. Did
kill people."
he literally say that I'm gonna sleep with your sister?
Yeah.
Your school sounds evil.
It was Georgia.
Like that's
Wait, Teehee, how many siblings do you have?
I have 3 sisters and 1 brother.
That guy just sounds like a goon. Like, just look at you and be like, I am gonna fuck your sister. Like, that is just.
And I was like, I live with her.
What?
I will screw your sister.
It's just, like.
It's like I live with her. I hear her conversations. That is like, how many things can I get this man to buy me in order to go to prom? Because she was like a sophomore. And I was like, she's not going to sleep with you. Like, you spent over $1,000 on her, and that's what she wanted. And like, that's all that's going to happen. And he was like, oh, something's going to happen. And then after prom, nothing happened. And he was like, I'm broke. And I was like,
so
give it up to my sister.
You're.
Wait, where's your sister now?
She's in Atlanta.
She sounded like a little materialistic down there back then at that time.
I mean, we were young. We were teenagers.
That means yes.
But
who is this rough times?
How was the No Doubt concert?
The No Doubt concert was great. I ended up dancing and grinding up on this dude who was really handsome, and like, we didn't like kiss, but we definitely like touched a lot. And as like a budding gay person, that was like super helpful for me.
That's great. Yeah. So on prom night, you were getting in touch with your own sexuality.
And I made out with some married dude. I can't remember the other. I just remember stopping kissing him because his daughter was nearby.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, it's time for me to go home.
One more question. Was that girl ever technically your girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Never technically my girlfriend.
Okay.
Although everyone in school thought we were pretty much dating anyway.
Because they saw all the stage kisses.
Yeah. They saw all the stage kisses. We spent a lot of time together. We were in calculus once, and she was kind of being all flirty with me. And oh God, no! I'm not going to tell that story.
You remember everything.
Tell it.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Anyway, like I was the most heterosexual I've ever been was in a calculus class in 12th grade, where I was like, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Are you gonna do it? But not the verb do, a different verb.
I see. Got it.
Don't say it. It's the internet.
I know. We can't say things on the internet.
We say everything on the internet. I don't know about you. It's like freeform. Woo!
Woo!
Is your cat? Do you always bring your cat to the shows?
Well, I have 2 cats, and they elect when they arrive.
Okay.
As cats do.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yep. All right, this was such a great show.
Woo!
Thank you,
Okay,
Keenan.
so next time we need to come up with more prompts. We need to come up with more peeps. And we will see everybody next time. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next month, February, and we will have a ball.
Bye.